welcome to the programming in C class. Whereas in the last class we have discussed about conditional statements like if, else, ladder, switch cases. In this video we will see about looping. What do you mean by loop? Okay, for example, why do we use a loop? For example, if I say to print Karnataka LMS, okay, so then what you will do? You will have a main, right? So to print a Karnataka LMS, then you have a main function, open brace, and then you will have a printf, right? So in this you will write it once Karnataka LMS. Okay, fine. If this is case, you are writing it out. Suppose if I say write 5 times, print same message 5 times, then what you do is, okay, you will write it printf for 5 times, right? So you are writing it out like printf, okay, so Karnataka LMS, second time printf in bracket Karnataka LMS. Okay, like this you are going to be doing it for 5 times, right? So 5 times you will do it like printf Karnataka LMS. So you were going to writing for the 5 times. Imagine if the statement, if I say you to write 1,000 times, to print 1,000 times, yes, now you are feeling it bit difficult. The same statement, if I write it for 1,000 times, is like somewhat tedious, as well as it's not good looking program, right? So for that purpose, what we are having, loop. Loop in the sense, execute the same statement till to meet the condition. So for that purpose we are going to be using for the loop. A loop is a statement allows us to execute a statement or a group of statements multiple times. Okay, the same statements or a group of statements for a multiple times. So we are having a flow structure here. So you are entering into the loop and you test a condition that, like for example, if I say print for 1,000 times, okay, so whether the printing has been, counting has been done 1,000, then if it is false, right, so then it has to be go outside. Still you are not less than, your print is less than the 1,000, then you need to go back again, you have to execute the same line of statements, right? So then you have to go back, execute the same line of statement repeatedly till what, till to the 1,000. If it crosses the 1,000, then condition fails and it will come out of the loop. That is what we call it as a looping. Types of loop we are having. So initially there are 3 types. We are having while, for, do while and nested loops. Okay, while loop is what? It repeats the statement or a group of statements while given condition is true, and it tests the condition before executing the number of statements, body of the loop. ಲೂಪ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆನೇ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದೇನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅನ್ ವೈಲ್. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ವೈಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ದೆನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಲೂಪ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ದ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಸೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಬ್ರಿವೇಟ್ ದ ಕೋಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ದ ಲೂಪ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಇದೇನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಫಾರ್, ರೈಟ್? So for example, for I takes the value from 1 to 10, it means the same statement will execute to 10 times. Okay, 1 to 10, same statement will be executed for a 1 to 10 times. 10 times this line of code is going to be executed. That is what the for loop. And what is the do while? Do while what does? So first it executes set of statements once and then it tests a condition. If true, it repeats, otherwise it will be exit. So that is what we are having as a do while. Okay, do means first you execute this line of code and then test. If true, then it repeats, otherwise it exit from the loop. And similarly we are using a nested loop. Nested loops are like as we have discussed in a conditional statement, nested if statement. Similarly, within a for loop, if you have many for loops or a many while for a do while, so that we call it as a nested loops. Okay, ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, nested loops ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Let us discuss the first method, that is a for loop. One loop ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ, that is a for loop. As I have told, for loop is for helping you to execute the same statement for number of times. Okay, so ಇದರ syntax ಏನದ, for init initialization, init ಅಂದರೆ initialization, then condition, then increment part, then conditional code ಅಂದರೆ block of code you are going to be executing within a for loop. Okay, what is the flow of for loop ಅಂದರೆ first initialization and then it tests the condition. If condition is true, then we are having like if condition is true, then we are having like block of code is going to be executed and it goes for the increment section, then it goes back to the condition again it tests the condition. If true, okay, till to the false. If condition is false, then it come out from the loop. Okay, this is what a for loop. ಇಲ್ಲಿ init ಅಂದ್ರೆ initialization, condition, okay, right, and increment. So either increment or decrement can be used and set of statements will be executed on this. Okay, let us see with the example. Here we are having one example. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲಲ್ಲಿ ಲೈಕ್ hash include stdio outage int main, and this is for a for loop you are having. What you are using, you initialized a is equal to 10, a ಅನ್ನು 10 ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ a ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, till to this condition is true. ಈ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಟ್ರೂ ಇರೋವರೆಗೂ, ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಆಗೋವರೆಗೂ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ a less than 20 ಅಂತದ. ಎವ್ರಿ ಟೈಮ್ a ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಬೈ 1, ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಕ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟಿಂಗ್ ದ a ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ದ a ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. For output of this program is like first time a is equal to 10, condition is true, then a increases and prints the a value. A value is right now what, 10. It is a post increment. Okay, so it prints the a value and then it increases, then a value will be printed 10, and now it was incremented, right, a value, it is 11. So 11 is less than 20, 11 less than 20, then yes. If it is true, then post increment a should be incremented and then print a value. 11 has printed, then it was incremented, so it was 12. Now comparing it, 12 is less than 20, and then like this it will be executed till 19. 19 is true. Okay, but when it increases and 19 prints and it increases to the 20, then it comes over here 20. So a is equal to 20, 20 is less than 20, false, condition false. Then where it comes out of the loop, right, it comes out of the loop, then it returns a 0, it exits out of the loop. This is what a simple for loop we are having. Okay, let us check with the same program in a C language. Okay, that is in a Turbo C editor. We'll see. Okay, so fine. Okay, so we'll take this is a editor, Turbo C editor we are using. So new file you have to take. So what I am printing, or else Karnataka LMS I will print for 10 times. Let us check that. Hash include, I am using a printf statement, that's why I should use it as a stdio.h. It's not a studio, right? Remember, every time I repeats this, and I want console input output also to clear the screen and all. So I'll use a hash include conio.h, that is console input output. Then we have the int main. Okay, so then we have a open brace. If nothing is returning, then you can use it as a void main also. Okay, and then open brace. So what I do, I'll take it as one variable to count how many times I'm going to be printing, that is int I take. Okay, then clr clear screen. Before executing, I wanted to clear the previous results. Then printf. First we will see without for loop how it will be. Okay, printf, like in double quote, I write Karnataka LMS. Okay, so this is the statement which I print it once only. So then get ch semicolon, enter and close. I'll save the program like demo 4, right? So it is a demo 4, and every file must be having a file extension called .c because it's a C programming file. So then you have to execute it and check it out. Karnataka LMS, once only it is printed. As I said, if you wanted to print it for 5 times, then what you are doing, you are writing it as a 5 times. Instead of that, what I say you, so use a for loop. For initialization we have took, but for syntax of for loop in the initialization, then I is equal to initially 0 ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ಐ ಲೆಸ್ ದೆನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಲ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತೀರಿ ನೀವು? ಎಸ್, ಫಾರ್ 10 times. The same statement you wanted to print it for 10 times. Okay, then every time I must be, see, first syntax ಏನಿದೆ for loop the initialization, we are initializing I is equal to 0, and then condition, we are testing condition whether I is less than 10, and then we use the increment. Okay, there should not be semicolon for a for loop. If you put a for loop, semicolon for loop, what happens? Yes, it terminates at one statement only, but it won't give any error, but it terminates. So remember that, don't give the semicolon for if conditions, for loops. Only the statements will have, every statement will have a semicolon. It terminates, every statement terminates with the semicolon, but not the conditional or looping statement. Okay, so let us just see how many times it displays. Okay, I haven't used the next line, so that's why it was printed there only. See, remember here, even like a if statement, if statement ತರಾನೇ ನೀವು ಫಾರ್ ಲೂಪ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಓಪನ್ ಬ್ರೇಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಪ್ಷನಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಫ್ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿದ್ರೆ ನೋ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಅ ಓಪನ್ ಬ್ರೇಸ್. ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿದ್ರೆ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಅ ಓಪನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಬ್ರೇಸಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಾವು ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸಿ ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್. Right? Karnataka LMS 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times it is displayed because from the 0 we are using and we have printed. This is what the beauty of particularly like for loop. In the for loop only, for example, instead of Karnataka LMS, what I do, I wanted to print like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? So let us try. Numbers only I should print. Then ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, then I should use %d. Okay, numbers are assigned for what? The variable called I ಗೆ ನಾವು assign ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. So print I value, then it will be of number only. See, 0 to 9 numbers. Why it is from 0 to 9 number? Because we initialize it from 0. Suppose if you wanted to print it for 1 to 10, then what you have to do, you initialize from 1 and it should be less than or is equal to, then only it is 1 to 10 it prints. Okay, See, 1 to 10 numbers you can able to print it. This is the for loop which we are using. Hope you understood what is a for loop and what is the syntax of for loop and what is the flow of for loop. Thank you.